So Bill Maher was doing his new rules the other night and going over all the reasons why such and such should be this way, such and such should be that way.
I can't.
But his take on this story is so bad.
What story are we talking about?
So bad.
What story?
You know.
I'm so unhappy.
This literally probably made every super Israeli Zionist cream in their pants.
All right,
big time.
I'm prophylactic.
A terrorist organization in the Middle East that treats women like slaves invaded Israel last October and shot hundreds of young people at a music festival in the desert. And now America's streets are full of parades in support of the shooters, led by the exact kind of people who would be at a music festival in the desert.
Is this guy out of his fucking mind? That we're out there supporting the shooters, not the innocent Palestinian people. He immediately goes to, oh, they're all pro-Hamas.
Because he is a moron that is an Islamophobe and a racist, and he sees the Palestinian flag as a terrorist flag because he sees the Palestinians as lesser. And he does so because he's a bigot, which is why I am like disgusted sitting here and listening to this. The fact that he's comparing what was happening there with Coachella is so fucking absurd, you moron. I just cannot.
That's the literal standard for involuntary commitment, when you're a danger to yourself. The NRA are bad, but after a school shooting, they don't march against schools.
Okay, let's address this because this is true. JD Party Hat is right. Hamas did not kill the majority of those people.
It was actually the IDF.
Yes, that were just randomly shelling buildings. Because here's the thing, and I thought about this very concretely the other day. Let's say hypothetically, I'm willing to concede that let's say there's 100 Hamas fighters living in the basement of the Al-Shifa hospital. They're down there, and I know they're down there. Let's just say hypothetically that I agree that they're down there. And let's just say that there's one baby on a ventilator upstairs. And you said to me, I could take out 100 of them, but I'm killing the baby. I'd still say no. If you can't come up with a better way, then not only are you a pathetic military, but you don't deserve to go get those targets. And if that's not, so I don't care that their reason is that there were people there. I don't care.
And we have heard time and again, for years and years and years, that the Israeli military was the most precise, sharpest nails military in the world.
I don't need to know about Islam any more than I need to know details about all sorts of sects of Christianity. I know that all religion, when taken to the extreme, is psychotic. And
like murdering innocent people and their children.
Let me tell you something. Okay. When I was growing up, and to some extent throughout my life, we referred to my cousin who lives in Jerusalem with her family as the crazy Jews. They're crazy Jews. All they do is breed and study Torah,
Yeah, kind of like what I experienced here.
Right. They're fanatics. They're crazy. Okay. And not just because they breed and study Torah, but because their ideas are off the fucking wall. Okay, because when you get to religious zealots, you're dealing with people that don't accept reason and science. So I don't care what your fantasy novel is. I don't care whether it's the Quran. I don't care if it's the New Testament. I don't care if it's the fucking Lord of the Rings trilogy. It's fantasy.
And the problem,
no, you're comparing ridiculousness. So are some religions more ridiculous than others? Yes, I do think so. I think Scientologists are off the wall. I think Jehovah's Witnesses are wackadoo. I think certain religions are more ridiculous than others. But at the end of the day, you're arguing about how many angels can dance on the head of a pin because they're all stupid when you're talking about things that discount reason and science. So
you're just a crazy person.
So, and I am, and ironically, I'm sitting here and saying this while watching one of the people that I looked up to my whole fucking life based on his opinion about religion.
I looked up to him
based on his opinion about religion and keeping things secular. He was like, to me, he was like one of the patron saints of atheism for me. So the fact that I'm sitting here and watching him be such an Islamophobic bigot, as if somehow, and don't start with me about like, oh, have you read the Quran? No, haven't. Read the Bible, took classes on the New Testament, took an entire semester on the book of Job. So I know.
Book of Job.
So what I'm saying is I know enough about religion in general to know that they're all whack. So don't even go there. My people, My people have to wear fringes on the outside of their clothes and let their hair grow like that. What the hell?
As Bill Maher, the Bill Maher who didn't get his mind right, who actually thought for himself back in the day,
the irony of this
is that life is hard enough as it is to come up with ways to fuck with yourself. That's why he was great at one time.
And by the way, Religious was really
movie.
Good. It was.
Great movie.
The far left's new crush is the Houthis. Up until a week ago, everyone on TikTok thought a Houthi was what you get when someone hits your elbow. Ow! You gave me a Houthi. Damn. And the Houthi slogan is, God is great, death to the U.S., death to Israel, curse the Jews, and victory for Islam.
Yeah.
Could you blame them with what we've been doing to them?
Can we pause and talk about the Houthis? And I'm reluctant to call them the Houthis because that is a small sect of, I think it's like called Allah Islam, Allah, whatever the name of their political party is in Yemen. But we are talking about one of the, if not the poorest country
in the world.
Yeah, well, it's like
is...
them and Haiti, or like, you know, depending on which hemisphere, but like Yemen, and we've been committing a proxy genocide against them since 2014, essentially via Saudi Arabia. And now those people who are, let me tell you something about those people, the resilience and the strength and the fortitude of the Yemeni people is off the charts. And so when they are doing something to protest a genocide, we just bomb them some more. And this motherfucker is sitting here and making it be like, yeah, God is great, death to the U.S., death to Israel, curse the Jews, and victory for Islam. Okay,
they're the people that are killing them.
Yes, and by the way, people like Debbie Wasserman Schultz and people that want to keep passing resolutions that say anti-Zionism is anti-Semitism, you are the reason that they say curse the Jews, because you are the ones that are consistently conflating Judaism with Zionism. And so these people who do not have access, a lot of these people, to television and internet, they don't have the access to information. So their only knowledge is that Israel is the Jews, and that is who is oppressing their people. That's all they know, and has been doing so for the better part of 75 years. So
like, comment, and subscribe. So naturally, when the college kids heard that slogan, they said, please stop, you had me at death to the U.S.
You know, we often talk about how bad the economics in this country have gotten over the years. Bill Maher is a boomer. He's almost 70 years old.
Yeah, no, he's totally.
This is a guy who went to Cornell at a time when Cornell cost, I believe, about $5,000 to $10,000 a year to go to that school. Do you know how much Cornell costs today? Over $60,000 a year. And if we were adjusting it for inflation, college at Cornell today would probably be about $20,000 to $25,000 a year. So it just goes to show you that he is living in another universe.
But can we stop covering it? Because I feel like the last time I had to sit here and talk about him was when he made the declaration that nothing smart ever happened until white people existed in the 1600s, and that white people, Western white people, are the reason that we have things like democracy.
This was so, and it's not over yet, but this is so, like, this isn't even,
so ridiculous.
This isn't even partially correct. This is 1,000% incorrect across the board. There is nothing he has said in almost 2 minutes that suggests that anything he has said is correct. It isn't. It's completely wrong.
Insane. Insane that we're cheering for the terrorists now. It's also insane to think that...
I love Queers for Palestine. I met a whole bunch of Queers for Palestine.
This would ever come out well, right?
That's something that they do very handedly, is they do what's called, they call it pink washing. I'm not big on using like terminology like that, but basically the premise is that Zionists will use LGBTQ rights as somehow showing that Israel is an actual democracy versus the Palestinians who don't support LGBTQ rights, which, by the way, that's not true. So that's just not true. It's just not true. Are there some radical Islamic Palestinians that probably are opposed to that? I'm sure there are. Thanks for watching. If you want to support our mission to transform politics into service, please like this video, subscribe, follow us on social media, and consider joining our Patreon, where you'll get early access to our interviews as well as other exclusive content. Links are in the description. Peace out.